Hey guys, welcome back to Healthy Living Sessions, where we talk about more than just health and fitness. And today we're going to be talking about some scripture. So I want to talk about 1 Peter 4, verses 1 and 2. And it says, "Therefore, since Christ suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves also with the same mind. For he who has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh for the lust of men, but for the will of God." So we think about this. The very first part talks about Christ having suffered in the flesh for us. Obviously, it's talking about him being crucified on the cross. So we need to arm ourselves with that same mind. You know, he went into that, if you know of the story, right before he went to the cross, where he was struggling to go through with this, to die on the cross. And I think any of us, especially if we knew our death was coming, would struggle to actually want to die. You know, nobody wants to die, and Christ himself didn't want to die. But his mindset was, your will be done, not mine, talking about his Father or God. So he had his mind on that. And so when we put our mind to that as well, saying, whatever you want, God, whatever your will is, we will cease from sin. As soon as we can fully commit to that. And I realize that is an extremely hard thing to do. This is something that we need to strive for. It's not something that we can attain every single day, but it's something we should strive for. And if we can achieve this by giving everything up to God, everything that we do is for God, then we will cease from sin. I mean, isn't that so powerful that we decide to put away those things that are of this world, of men, and we do everything for God? I mean, if we could do that, how much greater would this world be? It would be so much more amazing. But I realize that is so hard. And now I want to kind of apply this to today's life. You know, not saying that anybody can be Christ by any means, but I kind of want to put a couple different perspectives here. Maybe you are that person to somebody. You know, we're talking about mentors in this case, or role models. Maybe you are that role model for somebody, and you have set that standard of how to achieve that. And so if you are following a role model, just for some earthly gains, not for overall end all be all, if you'll say. So I'm not talking about. I don't suggest that at all. But if you are trying to, model after somebody, you need to try and get that same mentality as them. If they are about not being scared of, say, maybe going base jumping or something like that, they don't worry about fear. You need to learn how to not worry about fear. If you're the role model, you need to keep trying to be that role model, showing that example. Now, you don't have to go die like Jesus did for us, but you have to show that example, show that it can be done. And when you put all your effort into whatever that is, then you will accomplish whatever that may be. Now, this is all about mindset here. These two verses are all about mindset and what you will gain from getting that mindset. And that's so huge in life. If you don't have the right mindset, you're not going to get where you want to get in life. So if you doubt your ability to be able to do a job, to do a task, to provide a service for somebody, to make that game-winning shot, you aren't going to do it. Speaking of game-winning shots, I think of Michael Jordan. I mean, this guy failed more times in basketball than 99% of players out there for sure. And yet, he is known as one of the greats, at least for my generation. That's kind of changing now, but he is still definitely known as one of the greats. But he talks about how he failed so many times, but it was his mindset that no matter if he failed or not, he would do his best. He didn't care at the end of the day whether or not he actually failed, but whether he would get back up and do that again. We need to have the same mindset. So if you're going to do basketball, look to guys like that, that have that mindset that it doesn't matter what I do. I'm going to keep doing it whether I pass or fail. And you know what? That's what makes them great. Same thing with baseball players. Some of the greatest baseball players of all time struck out more than they ever got on base. Think of Babe Ruth. He's one of the greatest all-time home run hitters. That dude, if he didn't hit a home run half time, he would just strike out. But his mindset was, I'm going to hit a home run. You'd see him, he'd put a bat up, point out to where he was going to hit it over the fence. He had that mindset that this is my at-bat, I'm going to make that home run. And that's the same mindset we need to have. We need to figure out what we want to do and have that mindset to go do it. And it's the same thing that these verses are talking about, to arm yourselves with the same mindset as Christ. So if you have some role model that you're trying to follow after, whether it be sports, whether it be social media, trying to grow your influence, be a keynote speaker, being a better engineer, real estate agent, salesperson, whatever it may be, figure out the mindset of that person that you're trying to go after and try and get yourself to have that same mindset. And once you have that same mindset, other things around you aren't going to matter anymore. All you're going to be worried about is that. Guys, again, I just want to emphasize that I'm not saying that you should follow after somebody more than Christ. I just want to bring a worldly example here, something you can use in your everyday life, although you can use these scriptures as well, arming yourself with the same mind as Christ. That way you can cease from sin. But, just remember, it's not going to happen every day. You're not going to be able to do it every day. It's not expected of you to be able to do the same thing as other people every day, because you're not them. You have not been there long enough to do that. Just keep that in mind. Keep your focus on whatever that prize is. I hope it's more than just some money. I hope there's greater prizes out there for you. But whatever it may be, keep your eye on that prize. Keep your mind on that prize, and go after it. That's the biggest thing that I can tell you, is just go after it. Figure out exactly how you're going to do it. Think your way to it. Think and grow rich, as Napoleon Hill would say. Now, guys, if this message meant something to you, if it inspired you to think more, please, if you know a friend that could use this, share it with them. Send them a DM. Comment on this. Let me know what more I can do for you. Subscribe. Listen to more of these. I have plenty of episodes out now for you to go back and listen to help motivate you, to make you think of a new way to have a better life. And remember, health is more than just a fit body. Guys, have a healthy and blessed day.